Well, that definitely wasn't worth it. It was full of friggin' mosquitoes like there's no tomorrow. They were just attracted to the lights. And as soon as I go to bugger off, I start seeing lightning. Look at the clouds around. There's some that might come here in a couple hours, so I'm just gonna leave things be. G'day, 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 everybody. A little breezy on top of the hill. It always is. Always seems to be. Probably wasn't yesterday, because yesterday was friggin' dead calm, screaming hot. But that's aside from the point. It just seems like every time we need to be up here, it's breezy. This is the last field we sowed this spring. It's dragging a little bit behind. It was pretty wet in places, but it's going to catch up. It's not looking as good right now as the field we just came from, which was about 15 miles that way. Yeah. So this is going to should work out really close for chemical within about 5 to 10 acres. So we'll just, once we have this one mixed off, we'll adjust our rate, and it should be very, very close. Kind of looks like he might be done right there, or might have issues. It's a strange spot to stop. That's probably well enough agitated. Been pumping around for a good 5 minutes. Let's hammer some fresh water into it. And those are circulating out. I usually like giving this guy a spritz. Whoops, that was aggressive. And time to shut you off. Right fall. Probably didn't need to do that. But it is what it is. Hey look, a ring. I don't have my gloves on. All right, so that wasn't very fast. Normally it's a lot faster. I was kind of saying to Dad, oh, it's running slow. Something must be plugged up. So initially I was thinking maybe one of those rings from the draft bottles got in there and it was plugging something off. So in the bottom of the combine. I'm like, well, hasn't given me an issue yet. And then so we switched over to the chem manager, which had Everest in it, and it did the same thing. And I went, oh, well, maybe something got into that bean, the jet or eductor nozzle. Okay, yeah, that could be. And then we switched, and I noticed that like when I switched over, when I had everything mixed, it was within about 50 gallons of how long it normally takes me to mix. I said, that's kind of interesting. And we switched over to the flow mode. It was not filling very fast. So I bet my screen is plugged. And that would make perfect sense because last night I had to use up the very bottoms of all the tanks, and we don't normally like to do that. On top of that, we moved down, so things would have been shaken up. Or sorry, we moved back north, up. I always say down is south and up is north. And so it would have been sloshing around and agitating all the bottom. And really, I probably should have dumped it first. And then, but anyways, that's neither here nor there. The real kicker is when I built this trailer, I didn't want these tanks. I had planned to buy tanks, but then I found this. And I'm like, oh, the green ones might work better than the clear. They really don't. I want to put black tanks, like a couple of 3250s on. And that would solve the issue. Because like that little tank there, I wouldn't be against having a handful of those either. I would prefer two. I say that, I waffle back and forth all the time. But the black, the UV doesn't get through, so algae doesn't grow, even though it is well water. I'm guessing it's just spores in the dust get in there, and once it's in there, it's in there. So yeah, I'm kicking myself now because I thought the price for them when I built it, which was 18 months ago almost, was a bit rough. And I priced them out again this year, and oh yeah, everything's up higher. And really what I should have done initially was just sell these tanks, and it probably would have only cost me the value of another tank to get two of the big ones. But live and learn. So let's open this puppy up and see how bad it is. Yeah, there's some good gnarly chunks of it. Don't know if you can see that. She's better. Lovely, isn't it? Fair bit better. We'll give her a rinse.